ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a collection video. I haven't done one of these in a while, and the thing is, I wasn't gonna do this one, but I am so fucked for time these days that I can only do the simplest of vids to keep them going. And it's simple for me in terms of editing. For you, it'll probably seem exactly the same as all my other shit. So if you're new to this channel, prepare for swearing. Today we're talking about the Sega Saturn games, so we're going to go over them and see what ones I got. I don't have the largest collection in the world for several reasons. One, Sega Saturn games are stupidly expensive. Many of them suck. Many of them suck. There's some really great ones on the Saturn, but there's a few shitty ones as well. And I've only just now got the ability to play Japanese Saturn games, because most of the good ones they kept in Japan. Selfish bastards, right? Didn't want to let us have a lot of them. So now I've got the ability to do that, but I haven't really been able to start collecting for it yet. I've only just got the cartridge that lets you play Japanese Saturn games, and I've only got one game. Because you've got to test it to make sure it works, haven't you? So I've only got the one. But anyway, that's enough of the bullshit. Let's just go over this and see what games I do have. Right now, as I said, not the largest collection in the world, but I thought that way at least we can go over all of them. So you can fuck off out of it, mate. So we can focus on this. Now, the first two games are ones that have been in the collection for a while, but I haven't had a chance to play them. Yeah, I know, I'm one of them cunts. So let's just go over this one first. Warcraft 2 is loose in the box, I think. Yeah, I hate Saturn boxes. They're shit. Fucking discs run away. No, there's no booklet. A friend of mine said this is awesome and I need to try it, so I bought it. This is as far as I got. I mean, the gameplay looks pretty fucking awesome, so I don't even have a good excuse for not trying this one. I'm just a twat. I don't need better reasoning than that, do I? I'm just a twat. I'm just a twat. Next one is one that I really wanted to try but never got around to. Soviet Strike. Now, the thing is, Retro Gamer Boy told me about, we didn't tell me about, but like there's the Strike games, shall we say. And I played a couple of them, but I had no idea how many there are. There's loads of Strike games. He says, oh, there's one on the Saturn. I thought, there's one on the Saturn? I need that just to see what it's like graphically, what it plays like, and this is the one. I don't know if there's more on the Saturn, but there's this one at least, obviously. I keep meaning to try it, because there's a Strike game on Master System, Mega Drive, so I want to try Saturn. There's probably one on Dreamcast. I would love to go over all the Strike games one day in a big video. But that would involve playing this one. So let's see if I ever get round to that. Yes, I suck. But the next game, not only have I played, but I played it a lot. This game I've had since I was a kid, and I have done a big video on it before. There'll be a link to that below. This is, watch the collection try to run away, Alien Trilogy. I love this game. I've never beaten it without cheating my arse off. I remember the code for the PS1, or is it the Saturn one? I remember the password to either the Saturn one or the PS1 version from when I was a kid, because I had both PS1 and the Saturn version. Don't ask why. There's a reason, but bollocks to it. So what was the password to bring up the cheat code? 1G0T P1NK AC1D B00TS0N. I think I spelled it correctly. And that spells, I got pink acid boots on. I think I spelled it right. If I didn't, I'd missed a bit, but it'd be fine. This game is awesome. Yeah, when I did a big video on this, I just had to. I love the game so much. The graphics are awesome. It's obviously a Doom-style game. The gameplay is... It's not as, shall we say, varied as Doom. Doom has much bigger, much more crazy layout levels. This doesn't. The graphics on this are quite simple, dark, horror-y. Doom is much more colourful. I always thought this was scarier than Doom. I know a lot of people say, oh, Doom was fucking spooky back in the day. I thought this was scarier. Especially when you got face-huggers running around. It's like, fuck! I hate face-huggers, little bastards. I've been playing Alien Fireteam with my friends lately. The facehuggers and that, I hate them so much. Anyway, moving on to the next game. Another one. Not only did I have from my childhood, but it was this disc. I managed to keep this thing for all these years. Make sure shit doesn't run away. Bug. I haven't done a big video on this one, but I have done a slice of retro, which I think sums it up. And you know what? in case you're ever interested in the Slice of Retro series, I'm just going to take that video and plop it right here, because it's just a couple of minutes long, if that, and it will show you everything about Bug. I mean, it will make this game look a bit more spoiled than the others, but you ready? Here is the Slice of Retro video. Bug! It's a 2.5D platformer where you play as an actor in a film about a giant spider who kidnaps your family so she can cook them later. Now you may be asking yourself, what kind of bug is Bug? And the answer is pass. You actually need to be kind of patient to beat this game. If you try and rush through it, then you're just going to screw up and get slightly murdered. But don't worry, because there's plenty of bug juice to heal yourself. Now what exactly is bug juice? Well, that's what I think it is anyway. Also, this game has some pretty funny voice dubs thrown in.
I hate that. Nice, but...
Bug juice!
It also has some nutty special stages hidden about the place. Find the coin, go to the jazzy spider, and then... Oh shit! Oh, there's rocks everywhere! Watch out! What am I gonna do? Run me alive! Fuck! Oh, what am I gonna do? They're going everywhere! Oh, there's another one! After travelling around the first area and fighting off dung beetles,
he wasn't fit to shuffle shit from one place to another.
You will then face the first boss. It's a snail. A snail with a fucking arsenal in his shell. But after I summoned the courage and spunk way too many lives on this prick, I finally kill the slimy git and save the family dog. Who looks like a shit. It's a dog shit. After Bug shifts from one film set to the next, we end up in the mandatory desert level, and feel instantly unwelcome. But the boss of this place is 10,000 times easier than the slug from earlier. It's a simple pattern and can be done without taking a single hit. This is around about the time you're going to feel pretty pooped from playing the game. This normally wouldn't be a problem. Except, there's no fucking save feature! Not even any passwords! So here's a slime level, where you spit at frogs and fight a pissed off eel. Here's a flying level, where I keep stacking it. Here's a water level, where there's bullshit puzzles and this octo freak. Here's a snow level. Who cares? Here's a lava level, because the game creators were pissed off to find out you made it this far, so they made this death-riddled shithole. And here at last is the spider bitch. Now I would love to show you the ending of this game, but unfortunately, after making it all the way to the end boss, I fucking died and run out of continues! Arse! And there you are, that's Bug in a Slice of Retro video. I think that summed up fucking everything in great detail. Hey, here's a game, right? This is one that I had so many games when I was a kid on the Saturn. I had a bunch of demos, and on the demos there was a few games I had to try, but I couldn't get hold of them when I was a kid. Didn't have the money. The Saturn seemed to die very quick in my hometown, so the stores just didn't sell anything. But this game I managed to get when I was older, thanks to a demo making me want to try it, and I was severely disappointed. Clockwork Night was a playable demo. I thought it was quite fun. Maybe that's because I was quite young. Now I'm older, it's boring, it's generic. I hate the music, if I'm honest. I fucking hate this Mexican shitty gameplay music. It just keeps going on and on. It's just dull. The characters are shit. It just makes you feel like, yeah, I'm playing a crap Toy Story. I mean, I'm pretty sure this... In fact, no, I'm certain. It came out before Toy Story. Before Toy Story was a thing, film or video game or otherwise. This is still a wankier version. There's nothing special about this game. The next game is one I had on PS1 originally, but I had to have it on Saturn. I've done a Let's Play of this. If you want, maybe I'll put a link in the description. Maybe I won't. Depends if I remember. Command & Conquer. It's just awesome. I love this. 2 discs. You get to play as either the Brotherhood of Nod or the GDI. What the hell did GDI stand for? Global Defense Idiots? I can't remember. I never played GDI. You always want to be Nod. You always want to be Nod. You got the guy Kane in charge. You get fucking lasers and flamethrowers and all the cool shit. GDI was crap. Although GDI did have the only like free-to-play level where there was no really objective and you could build whatever you wanted. There was tons of resources, you could go nuts with it. I can't remember if the password's the same on the Saturn one as it is on the PS1. It's called Pat Sucks, P-A-T-S-U-X, and then you had this cool level, but it only worked on the GDI disc. This game is just awesome. The
the funny thing is, yeah, done a let's play to it. Also, move a couple of things to get to it. I got the N64 version, so I wanted to see which was better. So there's a separate let's play for each one in case you're interested. I'm not going to say anything more about that. I will say this is awesome. Great game. Another game I had on the Saturn. Well, I thought I did. Now, I thought I had this game on the Saturn. But I must have only had it on PS1 when I was growing up. But it doesn't make sense in my head. I could have sworn I had it on the Saturn. That game is Croc, Legend of the Gobos. Now, some of my games through growing up and moving house disappeared in a move, and I was furious. It must have been in that one box that just fucking got stolen or vanished, I don't know, but gutted about it. I lost my Saturn console, and I lost a few games. I have all the leads, I have all the controllers, and I have some of the games. Many I've had to buy again to replace. I was gutted, absolutely gutted that I don't have my original Saturn console. I could have sworn this is one of the games I had. Could have sworn. But I bought it on eBay to replace the one I thought I'd lost. And then when I put it in, the weirdest thing happened. Croc's face was fucking messed up. It was like eyes and teeth, no face. Well, oh my, I bought a piece of shit. I bought a dud. So I messaged the guy on eBay saying, dude, you sold me a piece of crap. What's wrong with you? He's gone, don't you know about Croc on the Saturn? Well, mate, you can't tell me the whole game plays out like that. He's gone, no, no, no. Put the game in with the Saturn open, disc tray open, turn it on, then close it, go into game. It'll work. What? Tried it, and he's right. The game worked perfectly. Message him going, oh, I'm so sorry, I feel like a dick. He's like, don't worry about it, don't worry about it. I probably should have left a little note saying, look out, it's not broken. So, it's the weirdest little conversation I ever had on eBay about why a crocodile didn't have his fucking face. But anyway, aside from that weirdness, it's a great 3D platformer. It is not as fast-paced as Crash Bandicoot or Spyro the Dragon, but I would say it rivals them, and it's more challenging. I think there's a password feature, and I think there's a save feature. At least there's a save feature on the PlayStation one. Is there a save feature on this? If not, then this is bollocks compared. Who wants to put in passwords when you can save? Good game, though. Oh, this next one. This next one. When I had them demos as a kid. This was back in the day when not only did you have playable demos on a disc, but you sometimes had fucking videos. Why the shit they put just them there? It must have been something to do with memory space on a demo disc. I don't know. Or rights. Or just bad advertising choices, in my opinion. But there was this one game. It's called Dark Savior. I wanted to play this so bad. The video on that demo made it look fucking phenomenal. It's one of them like 2.5D games. The video didn't do it justice, but the music in it was awesome. The gameplay looked fantastic. I ain't gonna fuck how 3D it was. I didn't care when I was a kid, and I don't care now. It looked awesome. I had no idea it was a sequel / spiritual sequel to something. Landstalker, in case you're curious. But apparently this game has multiple endings. I haven't been it once. I've had great fun with it, but I always seem to fuck myself up somehow. Even though I fuck myself up, I still really enjoy it. And one day I'll beat the bastard and I'll be happy with whatever fucking ending I get. Apparently there's one, if you go quick enough at the start, you can get an ending like that, apparently. I don't know if that's true. It might just be a rumour. But this game is awesome. And I got it for such a good deal on eBay. I was thrilled by that. Now, we've had some good games. We've had some good games. We've had some weird things. Now let's have a bad game. How can this be bad, might you ask? Doom. Well, in my big Alien vid I did ages ago, originally, despite how much I love Alien, I thought, oh, I'll do a video about Doom as a Halloween special, because Doom on the Saturn is meant to be bad. So I bought this, started playing, and I realised I can't do a video on it because it's so bad. And the thing that makes it so bad? The frame rate. It makes it unplayable. I thought if I made a big video about this, it'd look shit, and it would make my video look shit. And I thought I don't want to do that. Not to mention I didn't enjoy playing it. There's nothing fun about this. This is probably the worst version of Doom. Yes, I know there's one on the Super Nintendo that looks like gritty arse, and there's one on the 32X that has no bloody music. And I think there's one on, well, just about everything, but one on like the 3DO that I think is terrible. I can't remember. But this is pants. Okay, moving on. The next game is one of the ones I lost in the move, and I was gutted because somehow its value just shot the fuck up. Pissed off. Earthworm Jim 2. I love this. Never beaten it, but love it. The music is awesome. It's made by Tommy Tallarico, I believe, the music at least. I know that guy's got bad rep, and rightly so, but doesn't mean his music was shit, because his music on this is good. Alright? Credit where credit's due, let's be fair. Graphics on this one are... everything moves so much more fluid. Everything's so much nicer in the way it moves and animates than, say, the Mega Drive one. There's nothing wrong with the Mega Drive one, not a thing. But this one looks better, plays better because of the controller, and the sound is overall better. If you're a big fan of Earthworm Jim 2 or any other, I would say this is probably, if not the, one of the most superior versions to play of any Earthworm Jim game. Just because. It's just a pisser, because it's on the Saturn, it's not the easiest to get hold of, and not everyone has a fucking Saturn. Would you like another bad game? I see everyone's got their hands up. This is a game I got solely for a Let's Play. Yes, I've done a Let's Play, but this is a bad game. Johnny Bazookatone is pure shit, and that's all I'm going to say. It's fucking horrible. Watch a video on the Let's Play if you like. Myst! Fucking Myst. I had never played this growing up, but I had heard all the funny stories about when people were growing up, people my age or a little bit older, their parents wanted to play this. This is kind of like the opposite of Doom. Alright, that Doom shit, but this is the opposite of Doom as a whole. It's slow, nothing moves, it's all still images. Well, not all, there's some fucking graphics and shit, but it's pretty much 90% still images. It says, look, converted from the award-winning PC title. Someone out there loves Myst. I'd got it to see what all the fuss was about, plus I was baffled. Sunsoft. Like, this Myst is Sunsoft? Yeah. And now to one of the Sega Saturn's super duper highlights. Nights into Dreams. Fantastic game. It has a specific controller called the 3D controller pad, or 3D control pad. That's the thing they based the Dreamcast controller off of, in case you've never seen it. This thing is horrible with a normal Saturn controller, or at least I think it is. I think it's terrible. You got the 3D control pad, you're doing it right, that's how to play it. Great graphics, very unique, especially for its time, sort of gameplay. Characters are batshit crazy, story doesn't make a lick of sense, some of it's stupid and annoying. But it's very different, it's very unique. It was made by Sonic Team, the people that made Sonic the Hedgehog. All round, brilliant game. That they even did a, where is it? It's up here for some reason. Spin-off, so to speak, I say spin-off. The Christmas version, Christmas Nights. This, you could only get, wow, it's dusty as fuck. This only came with a magazine, at least back in the day. I don't think you could buy this in a shop. Unless, a game shop I mean. Unless the game shop sold that magazine, which could have been Games Master or any old fuck. I don't see any evidence of what magazine it came with here, so maybe it came with a Sega magazine. I don't know. Had this back in the day, loved it. There was a little tradition for a while of playing it every Christmas, but I didn't play it this Christmas. Not that I had much time to. Here's a game I got at a car boot sale, and I played it a total of nonce. I got it for £1. It's football. Now, no, I'm not going into details, fucking football. Panzer Dragoon! I've always wanted to play this with a Sega Saturn arcade stick, which I don't own, so I've never played it to its proper way, which is an arse. Panzer Dragoon has been, well, the first one has been remade for the Switch, so if you want to check it out, you can, and quite cheap. You don't have to get to Saturn for this one. It's a fucking awesome game, fucking awesome music. Is it challenging? Well, it can be at times, but it's a bloody good, like, 3D, it's not first-person shooter, it's not side-scrolling in the typical sense. It's a weird one, but it's great fun. Would you like a real weird one though? This is fucking weird. This is something I had as a kid. It's a Sega Saturn Photo CD operating system. I don't know what this is. I've had it since I was a kid though. I can just read it to you. I mean, it doesn't make any sense what this is. I've tried it 100 times. The Sega Saturn photo CD playback facility allows up to 100 standard 35mm photos, both negative and slide, to be viewed via the Sega Saturn and the Photo CD operating system. Your photographs take on a new, exciting and wholly professional identity. Features include free zoom levels, a choice of special effects, random and customized selection, variable speed, slideshow, flip, rotate, mirror, and spherical images. Yeah, how'd you get your photos on there then? Why would you want it? Is this like Sega Saturn Photoshop? Is that it? Is that basically what this is? Could be, I don't know. Okay, next, this is a brilliant game. Everyone played Rayman back in the day. I fucking love Rayman. This one's case is fucked, but yeah, doesn't clip. It's lost its shape. Some Saturn games just do that. They're just a really bollocks design. Americans, I know you got a really good Sega Saturn case. Alright, it's long still, which is stupid. But this is just retarded. I've always thought these Saturn cases were shit. I mean, that there is card with a plastic thing glued onto it. Literally glued. It's fucking terrible. Rayman. Gotta love Rayman. One of the best 2D platformers of its day. Hard as fuck. Never beaten it. I've gotten insanely far. What was the name of that boss? So I can't remember the name of the boss at all, but it's a woman, and there's crayons for lasers. It's been so long, I've forgotten the name of the boss, but that's as far as I could get. I can't kill that bitch. One day, maybe, eh? But knowing me, I've got the save file for it, but I would still start again, because that's just how I go. That's how I roll. This game is fantastic, and you wouldn't know it. This is superior to the PlayStation 1 version. It's got more stuff to it. It looks better, it is better, it sounds better. This is better, alright? Don't argue with me. Unless you've played the PS1 version and the Saturn one. Yeah, I have both. I know the Saturn version is better. Next, Sega Ages Volume 1. It's essentially what it says on the tin. It's fucking Afterburner 2, Space Harrier and Outrun. Perfect in the way they're played. I mean, it's arcade perfect. It just is. And it is what it says on the tin. There's no great detail to that. Right, let's just get this done. Sega Rally Championships. I'm not a fan. Yeah, get angry at me. Here's something that I thought was going to be super cool. Shining Wisdom. So, RPG. I really wanted an RPG for the fucking Saturn, because there's just not a lot out there, and there's not a lot here either. So I got this. And it, in my mind, when I found it, I thought, fuck me, I found like a Lunar game for the Saturn. I wish I had. This is a very, very boring game. Nothing great ever happens at any point. It never gets better. It's not shit. It's just dull. Right, Sonic Jam. Need I say more? I mean, it's Sonic 1, 2, 3, and I think Sonic and Knuckles on it. It must be. It's got Knuckles. Well, you say that, he's on Sonic 3. It's pretty damn good. It's got the 3D world. What was that called? Was that just called like Sonic World? I can't remember. But we all hoped when that came out, oh, this, you know, we got this level. We're going to get a full Sonic game for the Saturn soon. It's going to be this. It's going to be like this quality. Yeah, no, we didn't. We never did. Fuck you, Sega. What the hell? What we got instead was this, Sonic 3D. There was a Mega Drive version that looks a little bit grainier than this, but only a little bit. It's an okay game. It's a bit of an oddity. It's not crap. It's not brilliant. It's just kind of interesting. You can put time into it. You might enjoy it. You might not. But it's nothing special. There, that's an in-depth review of that. Speaking of in-depth review, look at this shit. The Story of Thor 2. This is one of the hardest Saturn games it was the hardest one for me to get hold of, is what I'm trying to say, and failing. I had the hardest time getting it, managed to get it. I haven't had a chance to give it its full due, and that's simply because I haven't beaten the Story of Thor 1. Gotten close. But I can't play a sequel properly until I've done the prequel. So I can't comment. It looks fucking cool, it sounds fucking cool, but I haven't given it the time it deserves. Any pinball fans out there? Tilt! If you like pinball, and you like pinball as video games, this one's pretty fair to everything. The physics work right, the graphics, sound is... I don't remember any music, I don't remember if there is any music. There's plenty of pinball typical sounds. I don't remember there being a lot of, what do you call them, actual tables though, pinball tables. There's just like a select few. The finest pinball simulation ever, 6 original tables, 6, that's it. If you can get it cheap and you like pinball, this is a good one to try, but bear in mind there's only fucking 6 tables, which is a little shit. Now here's something interesting. Tomb Raider. I had this on that demo back in the day, and yeah, I really wanted to play it because I got to play the demo. It wasn't like a video one, I got to play the fucking demo. And you wouldn't know, but Tomb Raider was a timed exclusive. It came out on the Saturn before the PlayStation, which ended up not being a good thing because all the bugs were fixed by the time it came out on PS1. So the PS1 version looks better. Not just because it's 3D and the Saturn's better at 2D. Not because of that, because the game was ironed out. Laura, I'm going to call her Laura. Who the fuck's Laura? Laura Croft's face gets mangled sometimes in this. Again, I've done a Let's Play, so you can check it out if you like. If I remember, there'll be a link. If I don't remember, there is no link. Simple as. Here's a game that everyone should know. Virtua Fighter. First one. Looks like shit. But this one is much the same, but it's big head mode. Virtua Fighter Kids is essentially the last game, big head mode. It's crap. Actually, no, it's not the last game, big head mode, is it? It's this game, big head mode, Virtua Fighter 2. This one I had as a kid. And you know what? I thought it was quite good at the time. Playing it in recent years, for the life of me, I can't remember why. It's not bad. But Tekken, that came out around about the same time, later, obviously, but still around about the same time. Tekken was so much better. This is... Combos aren't really a thing. There's no special moves as such. It's just... meh. I never saw the appeal in my adult life yet as a kid. I really enjoyed it. Would you like to see something truly fucking terrible, though? Virtual Highlight. One of the worst games in existence, probably. Just because it has so many factors in it that make it terrible. It's not just one thing. It's not just the gameplay sucks. Gameplay sucks. Graphics suck. Music sucks. Plot sucks. Control sucks. Everything sucks. I don't think you could find one redeeming factor in this. Not one. Yes, there is a Let's Play. You can check it out. I nearly throw up at the end. Gives you motion sickness. I shit you not. But now we go on to the piece de résistance. I don't do French. This is awesome. It's Virtual. Big video to this I did once with the twin stick controller that is made specifically for this fucking game. This is awesome. It's so awesome, in fact. You remember I said at the start of this video how I'm just now delving into Saturn's 3D library, and I wanted to get a Japanese game to test that the fucking thing worked. I got the Japanese version of this. Probably thinking, why would you? There's two reasons. One, I was so curious to see what differences there are. I just really wanted to know. And two, I got this cheap. I found it a great deal over here in fantastic condition. I was like, oh, well, then that'll do. Alright, it's the same game again, but I'm testing the thing, make sure it works. I didn't want to buy a super expensive game and then go, ha, why aren't you working? Yeah, I don't need that kind of shit. This is just such a fantastic game in every sense. It's the complete opposite of the last one. The story, alright, it's minimal. There's like no story to this. You could make it up if you felt like. Bit gumdam wingish. Giant ass robots fighting each other, one-on-one fighting, right? Graphics are incredible. The music is brilliant. I mean, I use a track called Earthlight for my Sega Head episodes. That's my opening tune, so in case you want to hear it quickly. There you are. This is just, it's such a fucking fantastic game. I'd say it's my favourite game on the entire system. That's why this case is so worn. So worn. It's because they're terribly made. The booklet has disappeared. I obviously used to have it, but it's gone. Oh, look at that creak. See there? See that? Yeah, you may think, Tom, you're breaking it. Trust me, it's been like this for ages. It's literally, these cases are just card glued to little plastic trays. That's just for the American people. I know people in Europe will know how bad these are, but fucking arse that is. Another game from my kiddiehood I loved, but this one I'm no good at. Mike will take great comfort in that. Wipeout. He loves himself some Wipeout, and so do I, but I can't deny this one is the worst one, because the slightest tap against anything, another, well, not car, but another player, opponent rather, the wall on the side, the track, you know, dung, your car slows down to a stop, and then you got to get up the momentum to go again. It's fucking infuriating. Back then I didn't mind so much, but now I'm older and I've played Wipeout HD on the PS3. That game's fucking phenomenal. Having played that, seen how good that is, and heard how good that is, and played it and enjoyed everything about it, makes you realise, wow, it's come a long way. So this wasn't shit then, but it is now by the standards of today's Wipeout games. But it's still an important game, it's a great game. It's just not as good as the others in the series. So if you're used to other Wipeouts, get it if you can get it cheap, but don't go blowing the bank. Here, I'll just grab these last two. Yeah. Here we have World Baseball Series 1 and 2. 2, I found, well, it says £3 here. I think I got it for cheaper than that even. I've never really played 2 because one of the demos I had back in the day had this game, and it had home run mode. All you could do was home runs. So you're there as the batter, someone throws the ball over someone, and you just got to swing it. It was immensely fun. It was great fun. So I got this later on in life, thinking I want to see what else there is to the game. As a British person, I don't know rules of baseball for shit. So many times I'd play this and go, foul. Why? What did I do? And I'd never understand. Never fucking figure out why I did a thing that was a foul. Don't get me wrong, if I knock the ball and it goes too far that way or that way, past that white line, yeah, I know that foul. But there's many other times where I've done it, it's like, foul. Why? I did the thing that fuck you. Never figure it out. Me and my mate Dave played this for a while on tournament mode. I think it's called tournament mode on here. It was fucking great. It is great fun. One of the only sports games, true sports games, that I could claim to be awesome. It's coming from me. I hate sport of any kind. This is a good game. 2, I got because I found it incredibly cheap at a car boot sale. I have no nostalgia for it. So if you're big into baseball, maybe you say 2's better. I don't know. But that's my Saturn games. I hope you enjoyed this little video. As you can see, not a huge collection, so I thought, why not just go through all of them quickly? Have a bit of fun doing it. Thank you very much for watching today's video. I hope you liked it. If so, click like, leave, comment, subscribe, and all that other pony. Check out some of the links to all the shit I mentioned. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.